do 1 scoop of pride.
It's been the last legs of pre-workout, so like scooping it out with a spoon.
Yeah, that's not enough, so I'm gonna top up myself. How much caffeine is in 1 scoop?
100 milligrams.
Okay, so this is also 100.
2 of it's fine.
So just like, yeah, 1 scoop.
Send it.
Yeah, we're doing legs, so.
I'm gonna be wired.
Oh my god, I have work after, so I guess it's fine. That was not a full scoop, so, you know. And then 1.5 shot. Because only on shoulders I do 2 scoops. More other days I do a little bit less. Only because we have to conserve it. Because not only is it expensive, this is some top shelf stuff, but it sells out because it's that good. So next time it's back in stock, make sure you get it, but make sure you leave some for me as well. Someone to be like, oh yeah, like talk about what you did differently from like prep to prep, kind of like, you know, this prep to be like that different. Then firstly I was like, it's not really, it's kind of like a mixture of everything I've done, because it is actually cold. So in case you guys don't know, in case you guys don't know, one of the things that happen, this shit. In case you guys don't know, when you're like prepping or heavily dieting or like in a really low body fat, you get like super cold. So Ethan's obviously super cold because he's like going to a diet, and then so after you finish a diet, you're still kind of recovering from being super cold. So we're both super cold, but at the same time it is super cold. It is 10 degrees. So I'm trying to like listen to my body and gauge to see whether like, have I recovered from all the prep symptoms? That's something you should keep an eye on. So my sleep is getting much better, although like I'm still waking up kind of early. But like today, I think like if I didn't have filming, I probably would have been able to sleep in a little bit more, but then I have a bunch of stuff to do and work to go to and whatnot. But I think if I had absolutely nothing on and if I just kind of forced myself to sleep in, I probably could. Whereas in the past, like I'd just be wide awake. So sleep is getting better, and I'm recovering well, but I always recover well because of all the supplements I take. I've been just on my supplement game still, and my good intake of protein. So my protein consumption has been like spot on, phenomenal. Even the day post-comp, I probably had the least protein on comp day itself, and then after that I've been prioritizing protein. Even when I was traveling, always got protein powder with me, always picking options of protein, loading up on protein whenever I can when I'm traveling. Make sure I'm getting a few like high protein meals in, and ever since coming back, again, always making sure I hit my protein, so recovery's been good. But yeah, the coldness is not going away yet, but at the same time I don't know if it's just me or if it's just really cold. It's been really cold in Perth. I miss the warm weather already. I'm scared to get high. I'm too busy.
Too busy.
At the moment I probably only have spots for like 5 to 6 face-to-face sessions, so they're like in high demand, and I'm always just like, yeah, I can't do any more PT. I'll have 2 clients today, and I feel like that's already taking up a lot of my day. It's important to stay busy when you're in your off season, so you don't think about when your next competition is, because it just makes you sad thinking about how far away it is.
50 weeks out.
I'm just like 1 year out. Oh my god. Today we're gonna be training glutes and hamstrings. I think we actually did film a glute and hamstring session, me and Ethan, but Ethan has not edited that yet. That's the one where we trained together. So, but that's you're like, where is that footage? I just remembered. Yeah, so the last time we trained, yeah, I trained with Ethan. So that was a really good sesh. But we're gonna do something similar. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Warming up with some adductors. Something I've just kind of started doing recently, well, this prep. So one of the things that I did differently, people always ask me, what did you do differently last prep to this prep? Well, I started kind of warming up a little bit more before my session. So this is not an actual exercise at all. I'll do a few sets of adductors and abductors to get warmed up before I hit my first actual exercise. You know, a lot of females do this exercise thinking that it burns your inner thigh fat. It does not. Let me just tell you now. This will not give you a thigh gap. If anything, Ethan just told me big bodybuilders do it to get rid of the thigh gap. So if you're someone watching this thinking that you're going to do this exercise and get a thigh gap, you are not. I have really tight adductors because I have really tight quads. So my massage guy has always told me, you know, I need to stretch my adductors and do adductor stuff. I've never done adductor stuff, but I think strengthening them is really good because it just creates a little bit more balance, because I have very dominant glutes and quads especially, so sometimes they pull on different areas. So because my quads are so strong and tight, they pull my legs outwards, and then so like I get tight through the adductors, and my adductors are not strong, like they're really weak. So I'm doing like 7.5 kilos now and feeling it already. So I'm also doing it for overall well-being of my lower body, I guess. How good his programming is and everything, and like how good he is, and I'm like, well, why don't you help me? And he's like, I'm too busy. So I need to get in line with all the other clients, you know. Back to tracking my sessions. I obviously didn't track my sessions when I was on holiday, just did what I could, and then when I first came back for the first week, it kind of just like still easing into it, doing what I found fun and stuff. But since 2 weeks ago, I'm back to like tracking my sessions and like trying to get back to all the old PBs and everything, getting my strength back, because obviously you get a little bit of like a dip during like heading into the show, especially peak week. You kind of stop training as intensely and whatever, and then obviously with the holiday I couldn't train as intensely, so now we're just kind of building back up and trying to feel good again. Nice and easy for the warm-up set. Feeling the contraction, I definitely felt everything from the very first contraction, so that's good. Everything is firing well. That's what you want to kind of feel for in your like warm-up set. If you don't feel it straight away with the lightweight, then you need to work on your contraction and control more. So usually with me, it doesn't really matter like what weight I peak. I can feel everything like from the very first one, and that's why now I've progressed to be able to train a little bit heavier. And you'll see later when I try to go to my last, like my top set, it's a little bit heavier and my form is probably not as good, but my hamstrings are still firing really, really well. Whereas probably 3-4 years ago when I started, if I went straight away to a heavyweight, I won't be able to like hit that weight or intensity with the same amount of like mind muscle connection, just because I haven't built up that base. But I've spent so long just kind of building a good base that now I can afford to like lift a little bit more explosively, but still way more controlled than the average person, I would say, and like with a lot of mind muscle connection and intent. So I think that contributed to a lot of my progress lately, is just having that very, very strong base that I've built for years and years and years, and now just taking it to the next level. Kind of like working set, we did 25 kilos for 15, and the goal is to do 2 more sets going up a little bit heavier, and then the last set make it some sort of like a failure set. Not next year, but the year after, I'm just bringing a totally different package to the Pittsburgh Pro. Would have been 2 years in between. I made a crazy 2-year transformation for my Singapore to Singapore like show, and I'm excited to make a side-by-side for like my Pittsburgh Pro version 1, version 2. I'm fat now, everyone. Don't judge me. I think that's the most I've done. Form is okay, and then drop set to a couple of good reps, and then 5 negative reps. Second exercise we're gonna do is the stiff leg deadlift on here. We'll work up again to a heavy set. Won't be doing any crazy drop sets or anything on this one. We're just gonna try and go heavy, but still safe and good form.
Still warming up?
Still consider this my warm-up set, which is 40 kilos, and I am currently 44.6, like 2 kilos up from stage day, so I'm feeling fluffy, not really liking how I look some days. And some days I'm like, maybe I like the fuller look, and then most days I'm like, I kind of miss being shredded. And then I look over there and see people doing cardio, I'm like, fuck that. That felt really That's only 50. We're gonna go up to 55 and 60. Skipping on the 55s because we'll just go straight 60, and then we'll do 2 sets for 60. We'll aim for 10 reps for the first set of 60, and then the second one, which will be the last one. If after 10 I'm still feeling good, I'm going to pump out a few more and see how many more I can get while still, like, you know, good form and all that. Survived. Next set, we'll go for our rep PR set. You're 18? Don't believe me? Go back and count. I'm gonna die. Let me just die for a second. Best part is it's only exercise number 2. So my forearms look pumped.
The bloodshot.
We're going to the wrong areas. It's supposed to be my hamstrings that are pumped. You know what? I hate a hamstring pump. It feels very weird. I hate warming up with hip thrust, so we go straight into our first lighter working set, which is always 100. I just like start at 100 now. I'm just like sitting here contemplating like, well, I'm deciding if I should do a constant tension hip thrust or a dead stop hip thrust. A dead stop hip thrust is where you like tap it down and go up. With those ones I can probably hit failure a little bit easier, but I'll have to go heavier. And I just don't know if I'm up for that right now. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Because I normally do constant tension. Because you get more out of a lighter weight with constant tension. And with the dead stop, you kind of like, you get to focus a little bit more on the powering up part, but you just have to like feel a little bit heavier, which I'm not a big fan, but soul is leaving your body. With a 5-second static hold at the end. Leg press, more hamstring and glute focus. I can make it quad focus as well, but today we're using the glutes and hamstring. So that's what I love about leg press, is if you have the right control, mind muscle connection, and understand angles and feet placement, you can make it whatever focus you want.
I'm a little bit scared of you.
We got room for one more exercise. We'll probably just do 2 sets light just to get a little bit more pump and blood flow. And then we out. Quick one, we're gonna do hot potato style, which means no rest. We'll do left, right, and then we're out. My car is a dramatic little bitch. Look, it says it's 36 degrees. It is 100% not. She's just like that. This is off-season me. Alright, so we have my post-workout meal now, which is a basic standard Nicole Tan stuff. We've got some veg underneath. So I'm being a little bit more creative with my veg now. So usually during deep into prep, I won't really do like the mixed bag of veggies. I'll just do things that digest easily, but now I'm starting to eat more chunkier, voluminous vegetables because I'm trying to train my digestion to start digesting them again. So I got some veg in there, basmati rice, although I really want to swap over to jasmine soon, but I'm waiting for my appetite to like die down a little bit so I can eat jasmine, because I genuinely love eating jasmine more, but it's just less filling than basmati. So that's the regular stuff. We got some fruit, my blueberries. So if you guys watch my previous vlogs, you know, like I kind of pretty much eat this as my post-workout meal. I'm not having steak like I usually do because I'm trying to save fats for, I guess, a little bit more fun stuff, you know, like for my dessert or whatever. Now that I'm trying to fit in a little bit more fun stuff, but still like the basics. So I have that, and this is what changes during the off season. So first of all, I got this amazing sauce from Singapore. So I bought this from the Brick House gym. It is pretty much, I guess, like, I don't know, almost like Peronaise. And I kind of just go like that. I don't even like track it. Wow, who even am I? And then I also have this sweet chili sauce, light sweet chili sauce. You can get this from Coles. So these two are pretty much no calories. Well, there's a little bit. So in this one, it's 5 calories for 15 grams. But because off season, I just free pour and I don't track it. And then this one is 4 calories for 23.3 grams. Again, it's just like super minuscule. So I let myself go a little bit wild in the off season by not tracking these things. That is almost as wild as I'll go. We're still on the cinnamon train because cinnamon is life. So cinnamon and salt. And then this is like pickled chilies that my mum makes, and I'm just like obsessed. It's just like not too spicy because it's green chilies, but it has like that pickled kind of like sour, yeah, that sourness to it. Just load that on. So yeah, this is me being wild in the off season, still eating basic, but I get to jazz it up with like the low calorie stuff. Usually I avoid this altogether on prep because artificial sweeteners, a bunch of chemicals and whatnot in there. Like sauces that taste this good are not meant to be this low in calories. So they obviously put a bunch of God knows what in there to make it taste so good. So in the off season it's fine because my digestion is a little bit better. So I'm slowly starting to reintroduce these things. Sometimes I have to pull back if my digestion is not so good. So I'm in the stage where I'm trying to recover my stomach by slowly reintroducing more things into it. Like I said, artificial sweeteners, more chunkier veggies, onion and garlic that I don't normally have on prep because my stomach just can't handle it. The one thing I've tried to put back in that I just can't handle yet is mushrooms. So yeah, I had a little bit of that when I went out to eat and I was just not having it. So I will probably try and reintroduce mushrooms again when I'm eating out. So this weekend I'm planning to have some pizza for Father's Day, so we probably get like a mushroom on the pizza, and I'm gonna try to have it and I'm gonna see how I probably will die, I'm not gonna lie. So, but we'll see. But for now, this is my post-workout meal and I'm really excited to eat it.
And then we'll like close it out the outro.
Okay, so should I just do outro now?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at with my off season. So currently eating about 1,600, I would say 1,600 to 1,700 calories. I'm still trying to have some low days of 1,005 so that I can balance out my meals out. I'm about 2 kilos up from my stage weight. So I'm trying to maintain here, trying to still train hard as you saw. I'm not really doing cardio anymore. I'm just trying to aim for steps, about 10K steps a day. Still trying to eat 80-90% clean, and most importantly, not skipping meals, getting my 5 meals in. Focus on growing and focus on maintaining my current level of body fat. So that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, please like it, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.